You feel your strength quietly slipping away. You're eating your protein. You're trying to stay active, but if you're being honest, it feels like an uphill battle. What if the problem isn't just the food you're eating, but your body's declining ability to use that food as you get older? Today, we are going to talk about 5 simple natural powders that can act as powerful tools to help your body overcome this challenge and begin to rebuild the muscle you thought was gone for good. This gradual loss of strength that so many of us experience has a medical name, sarcopenia. But the reason it often accelerates after 60 is a condition that most people have never even heard of. It's called anabolic resistance. To explain this deeper problem, we are so honored to have Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara with us. Doctor, can you please explain this concept of anabolic resistance to us in simple terms?
Thank you, Ben. It is a pleasure. Anabolic resistance is a very simple idea, but it is the root of the problem. It means that as we age, our muscles become hard of hearing. You can eat a wonderful protein-rich meal, and your body sends a signal to your muscles telling them to grow and repair. But because the muscles have become hard of hearing, they do not receive that message as clearly or as strongly as they did when you were younger. So even though you are doing the right things, you do not get the same results.
So our muscles don't respond as well to the same amount of protein. That explains the frustration so many people feel.
That is exactly right. And that is why, before we discuss these special powders, we must be very clear about our philosophy. These powders are helpers, not replacements. The foundation of your health is always the real whole food you eat every day. Your dinner plate is your primary pharmacy. These powders are simply special concentrated tools for a special job for when an aging body needs a little extra support that can be difficult to get from food alone.
That food first helper second approach is so important, and that's exactly how we've structured this guide today. Dr. Hinohara will walk us through these 5 powerful powders, which we have grouped into 3 categories of muscle support to make them easy to understand. First, we will discuss the direct muscle builders, the protein powerhouses themselves. Second, we'll talk about the support structure builder, a special powder for your joints and connective tissues. And third, we will cover the cellular protector, a superfood that nourishes and protects your muscles from the inside out. For each one, Dr. Hinohara will explain its unique benefits, and I will add the simple science of why it is so effective. It's a blessing to have both the gifts of natural foods and the wisdom of science to help us care for our bodies. If you are ready to learn about these simple tools to reclaim your strength, please type the number 1 in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe. It's completely free, and this information is incredibly empowering.
Let us begin with the first category, which I call the direct muscle builders. These are the powders that provide the highest quality protein and the most important specific amino acids that your hard of hearing muscles need to finally receive a strong, clear signal to grow and repair.
Okay, doctor. This is the category most people think of when they hear protein powder. What is the first and most well-known powder in this group?
We will start with what many in the scientific community consider the gold standard for muscle protein, and that is whey protein. It is a natural protein that is derived from milk during the cheese-making process. Its greatest strengths for an older adult are that it is a complete protein, it is extremely rich in the key signaling amino acid leucine, and it is digested and absorbed by the body very quickly.
That speed of absorption and the high leucine content are really the keys, aren't they? As we've discussed before, leucine is the most powerful trigger for the mTOR pathway, which acts as the main on switch for building new muscle inside your cells. Whey protein has the highest natural concentration of leucine of almost any protein source. And for our viewers, it's helpful to know that when you see whey in the store, you'll often see different types. Whey concentrate is the most basic form, and it contains a little bit of fat and lactose. Whey isolate, on the other hand, has been further processed to remove most of the fat and lactose. This makes it an excellent choice for many seniors, even those with a mild sensitivity to dairy, as it's very pure and easy to digest. Now, doctor, I have to ask you to address the biggest myth about whey protein. People see the large tubs in the store, and they think that's just for young bodybuilders who want to get huge muscles. What do you say to a 75-year-old person who thinks that this is not a product for them?
I would say that the goal is different, but the tool is the same. The young man in the gym wants to build a very large new house. The older person simply wants to repair and reinforce the strong, beautiful house they already have to make sure it stands for many more years. The building materials are the same. A small scoop of whey protein taken after a daily walk is not about bulking up. It is about providing your body with the exact easy-to-use tools it needs to fight back against sarcopenia and maintain the strength you need for your independence.
That is a perfect explanation. But what about for people who cannot tolerate any dairy at all, even whey isolate, or who simply choose to eat a plant-based diet? What is the best plant-based alternative?
For those people, my first and highest recommendation is our second powder, pea protein. It is made from yellow split peas. It is typically very easy to digest, and modern research shows that it is surprisingly effective at building muscle. I must tell you about my patient Maria. She was 70 years old and had been lactose intolerant her entire life. She was a passionate gardener, but she came to me because she was losing the strength to carry her watering can from the house to her garden, or to kneel down and stand back up without help. She knew she needed more protein, but she was afraid to try most powders because of her sensitive digestive system. We introduced a simple, high-quality pea protein powder into her morning routine. She would mix just 1 scoop into a smoothie with some spinach and a few berries. After 2 months, she came to my office with a beautiful basket of tomatoes that she had grown. She said, "I am back to being my old self in the garden. I have the strength to do what I love again." For her, the pea protein was the gentle, effective solution her body had been waiting for.
That is a wonderful and hopeful story. And a 2023 study actually confirmed what Maria experienced. It found that pea protein was just as effective as whey protein for supporting muscle growth in older adults as long as the dose was high enough. It's so effective in part because it is very high in an amino acid called arginine. Arginine is a precursor that your body uses to create nitric oxide, which, as we know, helps to relax blood vessels and improve blood flow. So with pea protein, you are not only getting the protein building blocks, but you are also helping to improve the delivery system that gets those blocks and oxygen to your muscles. It's truly a blessing that we have these powerful and effective options from the plant kingdom to support our health as we age. Doctor, those are 2 fantastic options in whey and pea protein. But what about for people who might have sensitivities to both dairy and legumes? Is there another safe, gentle, and effective option in this direct muscle builder category?
Yes, there is. For people who have multiple food sensitivities, our third powder is a wonderful choice. It is brown rice protein. It is well known for being very hypoallergenic, which means it is extremely gentle on the body and is very unlikely to cause any digestive upset or allergic reactions.
And that's a great point. While brown rice protein on its own is a little lower in one specific amino acid called lysine compared to whey or pea, it's very rich in other important amino acids like methionine and cysteine. These are powerful antioxidants and are very important for the body's natural detoxification processes and cellular repair. And here is a very useful tip for our viewers who choose plant-based options. Many of the best and most intelligent plant-based protein powders on the market today will actually blend both pea protein and brown rice protein together in their formula. This is a very smart approach. The pea protein is high in lysine, where the rice protein is low, and the rice protein is high in methionine, where the pea protein is lower. By combining them, you create a complete amino acid profile that is virtually identical in quality to whey protein, giving you the best of both worlds in a dairy-free form.
That is a very wise approach. And just like pea protein, brown rice protein has a mild flavor and is very easy to mix into a morning smoothie or a warm bowl of oatmeal to add that extra gentle protein boost.
Okay, so we've now covered 3 excellent powders that act as direct muscle builders for the muscle fibers themselves. But doctor, our muscles don't exist in a vacuum. They are connected to our bones by tendons, and our joints are cushioned by cartilage. What about the powder that helps this crucial support structure?
That is a very wise and important question. This brings us to our second category, which I call the support structure builder. And for this, we have our 4th powder, collagen peptides. Now we must be very clear for our viewers. Collagen is not a primary muscle-building protein in the same way as whey or pea. It has a different but equally important job. If you think of your muscles as the powerful engine of a car, collagen is the strong frame and the smooth suspension system that holds the engine in place and allows it to work properly without everything rattling apart. I think of my patient John, who is 75 years old. He was a dedicated walker, and his leg muscles were actually quite strong from his daily activity. But he was in constant pain. His knees would ache and click with every step, and his hips always felt stiff and unstable. He told me, "I feel like my engine is strong, but my car's frame is old and falling apart." We added 1 simple scoop of collagen peptides to his morning coffee every single day. He did not change his walking routine. After 2 months, he came back to my office and said something wonderful. He told me the engine feels the same, but the rattling's gone. The deep ache in his knees had significantly improved, and he felt more stable on his feet. The collagen was helping to nourish the support structures around his strong muscles, allowing him to move with much more comfort and confidence.
That story perfectly illustrates the specific role of collagen. And for our viewers, when you see collagen peptides on a label, it simply means the large collagen protein has been broken down through a process called hydrolysis into smaller, much easier to absorb pieces. And as you said, doctor, it's not a great muscle builder because it's very low in that key muscle building, amino acid leucine. However, it is extremely high in 2 other amino acids, glycine and proline, which are the primary direct building blocks of all of your connective tissues, your cartilage, your ligaments, your tendons, and even your skin. So with this powder, you are providing the exact raw material needed to repair that suspension system. It shows how intricately our bodies are designed with different parts needing different specific materials to stay healthy. It's a blessing to have the knowledge to provide that specific support. This is so detailed and helpful explaining the different roles of these powders. And we are so grateful to share this knowledge with our community wherever you may be. To help us see our global community, please let us know what city, state, or country you are watching from. It truly is a joy to connect with you all.
We have now covered the direct builders for the muscle tissue and the important support for the body's structure. Our final category is very unique. It contains just one powder. This powder is not a primary builder. It is a deep cellular protector and nourisher.
A cellular protector. That sounds very interesting and fundamental. What is this final powder, doctor?
Our fifth and final powder is spirulina. This is a type of blue-green algae. It is one of the oldest life forms on our planet, and it is a true superfood. Its primary job in our system is not to provide large amounts of protein for building, although it does contain some. Its main job is to protect the muscle cells you already have from damage and to provide them with a very rich source of micronutrients to keep them healthy.
This is a great point. Spirulina is an antioxidant powerhouse. Its vibrant blue-green color comes from a very special compound called phycocyanin. Research has shown that phycocyanin is one of the most potent natural anti-inflammatory and antioxidant substances we know of. It directly helps to fight that chronic inflammation we've discussed, protecting the muscle cells from the daily oxidative stress that can damage them and cause them to break down over time. And as you mentioned, doctor, it is incredibly nutrient-dense. It's rich in iron for energy production, many B vitamins and magnesium, all of which work together to support overall muscle function and reduce feelings of fatigue. Now I have to ask a practical question because I have tried spirulina myself. It has a very distinct green or earthy taste that some people may not enjoy at first. What is the best way for our viewers to use it?
That is a very good point. The flavor is strong. For the powder, the best way to use it is to blend it into a smoothie. A sweet fruit like a banana or some pineapple will hide the taste very well. You can also mix it into a small glass of orange or grapefruit juice and drink it quickly. However, if you truly do not enjoy the flavor at all, spirulina is also widely available in simple tablet or capsule form, which is a very easy and effective option.
That's great practical advice. So now we have our 5 powders, whey pea and brown rice proteins as the builders, collagen peptides for the support structure, and spirulina as the cellular protector. But when our viewers go to the store or look online, the number of different brands is overwhelming. Doctor, can you give us a simple guide on how to choose a high-quality and safe powder?
Yes, this is a very important final step. Choosing a pure product is essential. I have 3 simple rules for reading the label of any powder you're considering buying. Rule number 1 is the most important: check for added sugar. Many protein powders, especially the ones with flavors like chocolate or vanilla, can be loaded with sugar corn syrup or artificial sweeteners. Your protein powder should have 0 or at most 1 or 2 grams of sugar per serving. You do not want to trade your muscle health for a blood sugar problem.
That is a critical point. Always read the nutrition facts panel on the back, not just the exciting claims on the front. What is rule number 2?
Rule number 2 is to look for a simple short ingredient list. The best and purest powders have very few ingredients. For an unflavored whey, isolate, the only ingredient should be whey protein isolate. For a good collagen powder, it should just say collagen peptides. The more chemical names and artificial fillers you see on the list, the lower the quality of the product.
And the third and final rule:
finally, if you can look for a seal from a third-party tester.
This is a great tip for our American viewers. On the package, you can look for logos from independent organizations like NSF, Certified for Sport, or Informed Choice. These groups are not part of the company. They are independent labs that test the product to verify that what's on the label is actually what's in the bottle. It gives you peace of mind that you are getting a pure and safe product. It's an important part of being a responsible steward of your health, ensuring that what you put into your body is trustworthy. Doctor, this has been an incredible guide. You've given us a complete toolkit of natural powders to help fight back against age-related muscle loss. We have the direct muscle builders like whey PI and brown rice protein. We have the support structure builder with collagen peptides. And we have the cellular protector with spirulina. This is a truly comprehensive strategy to combat sarcopenia. What's so powerful about this approach is that it provides a targeted way to address the specific muscle loss that happens as we age. This isn't about just one magic bullet. It is a complete system that gives the body the concentrated tools it needs to fight sarcopenia. For anyone watching who is worried about their strength and their independence, understanding these tools to help prevent and reverse sarcopenia is incredibly empowering.
I want to leave you with this one final thought. You are not destined to become weak. Your body is always ready and willing to respond when you give it the right kind of support. These powders are simply concentrated tools to help your body do its natural repair work. Be consistent with your good habits, whether it is with the food on your plate or with a simple, helpful powder. Listen to your body and you will feel the change. It is never too late to start.
That is the perfect message of hope to end on, Doctor. It is never too late. It's a powerful reminder to be good stewards of our bodies at every stage of life, using the wisdom and the tools we have been blessed with. And of course, the wisest way to use these tools is in partnership with your own doctor or a registered dietitian. Please remember that our conversation today is for educational purposes. You must always consult with your physician before starting any new supplement regimen to ensure it is safe and right for your individual health needs and any medications you may be taking. If you found this guide empowering and helpful, please give this video a like so that others can find this vital information. And be sure to share it with a friend or family member who is looking for natural ways to maintain their strength. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. It is completely free, and it ensures you will not miss our next deep dive into your health. And for our community discussion today, we would love to hear from you. Which of these 5 natural powders are you most interested in learning more about for your own health journey? Sharing your thoughts in the comments below can help our entire community. Thank you for being with us. Be well and be strong.